There we go. Yes, it is. Okay, we're back. And we've been talking around habits. We've been talking around intentional time to do things that, we think someday we want to do it. And it's not the stuff that we put on our calendar because it's a thought, it's an idea, it's a good idea, it's a good thought. And we get a lot of those, right? Like we get a lot of those. And what are the things that come to the surface that we can take action on? Has been a conversation even this morning. And in this last hour, we were talking about the book Atomic Habits and how it's something that has been coming up in our environments to talk about. We've seen a lot about it. Some people have the book and haven't opened it yet. And the space is really about that, right? Like what are the things that we say we want to do, but we haven't made time for yet, or it just hasn't been a priority yet. And having the space held with the energy and the intention of something that we want to do and invite you all to do it if it's something that speaks to you. So Atomic Habits is now part of, a book group and a book study that we're putting out there, but we've had this happen in the community with Think and Grow Rich and now with Blessed and Unstoppable. And in November, starting to do the Atomic Habits. And I think that it's a really great way. Oh, and bringing joy was something that we pulled a card that was talking about, how to instill joy in the things that we're doing can really, support us and the energy that we bring to the thing that we do, whether it's something we get to do or something we feel like we must do or need to do. It really is about what the energy we infuse in doing the thing. So a book group brings community, it brings mastermind time, awareness around what we're reading that I have found personally as a really big benefit. So Atomic Habits is not a book that I have yet. I don't know if I mentioned that to you ladies on here. It's not even one that I have yet. And that's something that people have talked to me personally about, like, oh, did you read that in Atomic Habits? And I'm like, no, I'm just kind of a structural person that when I find something that works for me, I put it into practice more. And then it kind of just becomes a habit when it's really something that supports me or that I notice supports me. So I've had a lot of things that come around Atomic Habits, and I'm excited to have the space and the community to be able to do it with, because I've had a good experience over the last couple book groups that I've done, and I've never done one before. So have any of you on here done a book group before? Yeah. Yeah. Everyone's shaking their head. Yeah.
I don't know if I should really count the book group I've done before, because I didn't read the books. I just showed up the 1 month, once a month for the get together.
Okay. Well, for the community, right? That is a big thing.
But yeah. So, but yeah, I think that I'm excited for it. I'm hoping that, or I'm setting the intention with probably a little less than I want of willingness, but setting the intention to read the chapter in between the weeks, so that when I show up for the weekly meeting, I've read it and I'm not just participating in the conversation. So I'm hoping that I can hold myself accountable to that. So I'm excited.
And do you already have the book?
Yeah, I have a workbook that goes along with it too.
Oh, tell us about that. Do you know anything? Have you opened it yet? Do you not know anything about it yet? Or
yeah, not really. I mean, I probably looked through it when I first got it, but I first got it quite a while ago. So so yeah, so it was when I got it on Amazon, it was like, when people buy this, they usually buy this too. And I was like, right. Oh, okay, a workbook that would probably help me, figure out, this stuff better. So I bought it too.
All right. Well, I'm gonna personally go look at that because I'm going to get the book anyway, so it's probably gonna come up for me too. So, yeah. Alana, did you have anything that you wanted to share?
So I may or may not be one of the people that's had the book for, yeah. And so I think that, since I'm going to be leading this, that we're going to hold space for however you show up is totally okay. Part of it is, it's making the habit of showing up and being willing, even if the book is in your hands and you thought about it, we're accounting that as a win. So if we need to do story time with each other in there, because we're not totally ready, I'm game. I'm good. I don't know if anybody else has a little bit of a challenge doing nonfiction and sometimes personal development work, which is hilarious considering that I'm a coach. But we're going to hold space for it for however it shows up for any of us. So to leave the judgment at the door, to leave the guilt at the door, any of that, we're starting fresh. Even if you haven't read it yet, awesome. If you did read it, awesome. If you're there and you're like, okay, I'm here, great. Because I think that if it starts to be like, if we have to put a ton of structure in place around this, and we've got me personally, that will make me shut down in some ways. So I'm hoping that we can try to find a way to make it fun. Yeah. We're gonna find a way to do some joy in this too. We're gonna dance through it. We're gonna dance. We're gonna dance.
I love that. Thank you for pointing that out. Like right, staying away from feeling like I didn't prepare for class today. Staying away from that to know like this is the place where when you show up, it's on purpose, it's on time, it is perfect. Perfect. And I love the story time, and when real life happens and you're like, I forgot my book, like I don't even know, like sweet, show up. I love that reminder. Thank you for pointing that out, that it doesn't have to be this big structural thing, and that we can have the time be what it is around the topic. We can talk about habits, so I love that. So putting this on here, November 2nd, Wednesday, November 2nd, 9 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Central is the time frame in which Alana is going to be leading us on Atomic Habits. And you're invited, come check out what's happening in the action hours. And if this is a book that you have had, or that you thought about, or you just want to learn more about habits and have community and conversation around that, then let us know, and you're invited to come. So Atomic Habits, November, we're coming for it. So I'm going to stop us here, and we're going to get more celebrations.